Coming up on Bulldog Broadcast.
Stephanie shows us the importance of adolescents and teens letting out their energy.
Then, Lorena looks into the budget cuts taking place at our school.
Finally, Kyla reveals the benefits of the art and science programs at our school.
Today is March 3rd, 2017, and Bulldog Broadcast starts now. Good morning, Bulldogs, and welcome to this brand new edition of Bulldog Broadcast. I'm Naomi S.J.
And I'm Daniel Salinas. This week's theme is all in the numbers. So what better place to be than outside the Ed and Harold Engineering Complex here at MSU, where everyday creativity and calculations come together in various forms.
We have an inclusive show ahead of us today, so let's get started.
In recent years, studies have shown that more and more people have a learning disability. One of these learning disabilities is attention deficit hyperactive disorder, more commonly known as ADHD.
ADHD makes it increasingly difficult to focus on things like school and work due to the fact that it causes poor concentration, a short attention span, and hyperactivity.
To speak more about the struggles of ADHD is reporter Stephanie Gutierrez.
The average person can only concentrate for about 20 minutes, and that time is cut in half when they have an attention disorder. Dr. Linda Summers tells about how some people cope with ADHD.
There's usually people are treated with Ritalin or with some kind of medicine for the hyperactivity. Kids with ADHD that are not treated are more likely to have substance abuse problems than kids who are treated. If they have the diagnosis and they're not treated, they'll try to self-calm. So kids who already are treated then are not seeking, are less likely to seek their own treatment.
According to Healthline, in 2011, approximately 6.4 million students under the age of 18 were diagnosed with ADHD. Katrina Parks, a teacher at Hillrise Elementary, tells us how she gives her student brain breaks to help them focus.
Just allowing that movement for them and not getting onto them because they're moving around or because they get up and take the long way to the trash. It's just the movement that they need. Like today, it's windy, so they're not going to get recess. It's going to be hard for them. So I'll need to have a brain break where they can get up and move around, or our afternoon will be hard.
Remember, dogs, everyone has their own problems, so be nice to your classmates. If you want to learn more about ADHD and its effects, go to www.chad.org. For Bulldog Broadcast, I'm Stephanie Geddes.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Budget cuts have been taking place in schools all over the U.S. for the past couple of years. But if the financial recession is proclaimed over, then why are these cuts still taking place?
That's a great question, Daniel. Hopefully Lorena can answer them as she delves into the real reason for defunding of the American education system.
Each year, millions of people struggle financially, and that is exactly what is happening here at Las Cruces High School. Because of the issues our state is having regarding money, it is taking a toll on all schools in New Mexico, including ours. The budget cut will not only affect students, but our staff as well. Mr. Marks, an English teacher here at Las Cruces High School, explains how it's going to affect our incoming school year.
The state has different investments that they invest in to fund education. A lot of that surplus is gone, so they're going out and having all the districts do budget cuts to where we don't have the money that we had anticipated, so we're going to have to make a lot of budget cuts for next year. At Las Cruces High, one of the things we're trying to do right now is to make more electives and more choices that will help prepare them for the future. But then we're being told that we're not going to be able to offer some of those. It's going to be a problem for the kids.
In order for the state of New Mexico to manage the economic crisis, it has to cut down on 2.5% of the education budget, which is the equivalent to $61 million. Mr. Robles elaborates on the situation and how we will be able to carry on.
So they've let every school know that there is an X amount of money that they have to cut. We have been put on a freeze, so we can't buy anything for the most part. So we have to make do with what we have for the remaining time until next year's budget comes out. You do the best that you can with what you have, and we have the best students in the world here, so I know that we will find a way to persevere.
And although we may be going through this taxing time, we must remember to stand together. If you have any concerns or want to make a change, please go to nmlegis.gov. Reporting for Bulldog Broadcast, I'm Lorena Ortiz.
Thanks, Lorena.
Wow, there seems to be a lot of problems in our school system people just aren't aware of.
I know, and it's crazy. But at least we don't have to worry about them defunding the fine arts.
About that.
Naomi, Tell me they're not defunding them.
Well, I'm not going to say what I don't know, but reporter Carla Navarro cracks into the benefits of keeping artistic programs alive.
School funding often gets cut, and art programs are almost always the first to go. In 2012, Secretary Arne Duncan reported low-income students with art-filled high school experience are more than 3 times likely to earn a bachelor's degree. Lara Tyke, a Las Cruces High School senior, feels as if the art program isn't as prioritized as the athletics of the district.
I think it's really unfortunate that so much more funding goes to sports programs rather than arts programs, which visual and performing. As someone passionate about art, I was really frustrated by the art classes here that I took. Not to the fault of the teacher, but because I was working with materials meant for kindergartners. And that really demotivated me, so I went on and I took classes at the university in art. But that's not really solving any problems.
Rosemary McLaughlin, a local artist, is passionate about the importance of art programs in schools.
Art is so essential, and I say the arts, because we're not just talking about the visual arts here, but we're talking about the theater, music, literature, and the visual arts, dance. All of those things are so important to who we are as human beings. We can't leave out the humanities, because that's who we really are.
Visit DoSomething.org to find more information on the importance of visual arts program. Reporting for Bulldog Broadcast, I'm Kyla Navarro.
Thanks, Kyla.
Well, we've reached the end of our show this week, Bulldogs. I'm Naomi S.J.
And I'm Daniel Salinas. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you next time.